Welcome back to the DevVlog. I was just doing a little bit of Robot Race today. We are updating the UI of Robot Race to the modern Unity UI. And this gives me an opportunity to talk about something that actually I just kind of learned about, which is how to split up a pre-made atlas. What I've done before, and I think I've probably shown on here, is if you get a bunch of individual sprites from your artist, you can get those and you can just drop those really easy into Unity, and then pretty easy you can turn those into a sprite atlas. You can have Unity pack them for you into one big texture. But what if your artist has already pre-packed it for you and now you need to pull out individual pieces? That's what I'm doing right now. So let's look at how to get at that. I am working on this button right here, which is, let's zoom in a little. This button is going to just be like the audio on-off button. There's the audio symbol that I want to put on it, and I want to use these for the on-off frames. Okay, and they're part of this texture. So first thing we're going to need to do is turn it into a sprite. Just select sprite, and we don't want single sprite for this. We're going to do multiple sprite. And we'll apply that. And then jump into the sprite editor and automatic go. All right, so the automatic slicer has already guessed at the boundaries of the little sprites. You can see the little wireframes. Hopefully they come out on the video. I'm going to call this, see, it just automatically named it. I'm going to call this sound. That's called sound. And let's call this button blue. And how about that one? Button yellow. Those are the ones I want to use right now. So I'm going to stick with that. That's good enough. Okay, let's apply. Now, if for some reason Unity's automatic splitting upping thing doesn't work well for you, and in fact, I'm looking at that button blue, and I'm wondering if maybe that isn't going to work. Let's take a look at that. No, that looks okay. That looks like it's going to work. The button yellow, though, I'm guessing it looks to me. Let's zoom in here. Looks to me like the button yellow overlapped, and it included too much. Oh, button yellow is definitely not going to be right. So let's tweak that one. We can just grab the corner here and let's adjust it to be just the way we want it. Okay, I think that'll work. So we'll apply that. Does it allow us to adjust the borders of these things? Yeah. These things, I may actually want to stretch them and use them as you know, the button frames as well. So for that, I'm going to need to put borders on them. Let's put... Yeah, that looks good. All right, 40. That's more than I need. 32. 32. 30. I think that's good. And the top, let's start with that again. 30. 40. Okay, and the bottom, 30. Okay. So I'm creating a little border frame on this thing. Let's put the pivot in the middle. Okay, so I like that. I'm saying that this corner is the corner, and this piece in the middle here is just like fill. That's the fill region. So if I change the shape of the button, I want it to stretch that middle part. Let's do the same thing with this one. And this time let's use the little greeny deals. There you go. And like so, and I think that'll work. Okay, then we get about the same thing. Okay, now I guess the next question is how do we access those things? This was the UI menu atlas. UI menu atlas. Now if you open it up, all the little pieces are in here. And these are all the little automatically made ones. And we want to use, let's use button yellow on our sound button. There we go. So let's put that on there. Boom. All right, cool. And I also want to use, let's put as a child of it, the icon. I'll call it icon. And that was this one. Boop. Now, 79 by 63. So let's make it 79 by 63. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. I can make my button a little bigger now. Let's make the button, I don't know, let's go 96 tall and 128 wide. That looks pretty good. Now, you'll notice as I stretch the width, let's go crazy with the width. Let's go 500. What it's done, it hasn't messed up the aspect ratio of the corners because I created that frame in there. So let's go back with the 128. Yeah, I like that. There's my little button. Okay, let's do the controls as well. The controls icon, I want to use the blue button. Interesting. Something's wrong with the bottom of that one, so we need to go back and take another look at that. Boom, and the resume button also. Okay. Let's take another look at that. Yeah, it looks like I've messed up the bottom of that image. Okay, we'll go back to the sprite editor. Ah, yeah, look, I've clipped off the bottom of it. I want to drag the frame up, but not the bottom of the image. Keep the bottom of the image. And while I'm at it, let me try and line these up just in case I want to make them exact at some point. Put that exactly the same because I am going to want to be toggling between these. So, and that means I want 40 and 30. What's the width of these things? The width was 98 on that one, and yellow 98. Okay, so they're fine. They are the same size. Okay, let's apply that. And we pop over here. Now the frames look about right. These need to be wider. Let's make those wider. Let's make all of them consistently wide. How big? 256? Excellent. Okay, there you go. Let's see this in game, I suppose. We run. Okay, let's hit the pause menu. There's the pause menu. I don't like the color of the letters, but they do seem to work. Let me look at the original game. I got the original right there. So the text should be white. So that was the background for the pause menu. We set about 96 alpha. My numlock isn't on. Set that to about 96. And all the text, change it back to white. Okay, and the pause menu needs to be disabled by default. Okay, so there's that, and I'm going to compare Well, I mean, it's not exactly the same. And actually the transparency, maybe do one more tweak on that transparency. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show today, how to take a pre-built atlas and go into the sprite editor, and we can then make individual little atlases out of it. You can, some things I didn't show, if there's stuff you don't need, like we're not going to be using this font, for example, you can then delete. Boop. You can select and just hit the delete key to delete those little sprites. I don't think they're going to cost you anything, so I'm just going to leave them be. And you can create new ones just by dragging. Just drag on here and that'll create you a new one. So if Unity's automatic split thing didn't split them the way you wanted it to, just super easy to go ahead and add what you need. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll see you next time on the log.